Hi, today I want to talk about working with colored pencils. It's a medium that requires time, patience, and a steady hand, which can be frustrating for some. But for those of us who love them, we know that the effort is worth it. Colored pencils require a lot of layering to achieve rich, vibrant colors. Unlike paints or digital mediums, usually you can't just apply one coat and be done. Each color needs to be built up gradually, blending and layering over time to achieve depth and dimension. This is why it can feel like a slow, almost painstaking process. One reason many artists avoid colored pencils is because of how long it takes to finish a piece. Colored pencils require you to invest a lot more time. This can feel discouraging, especially if you're used to working quickly. One of the best ways to manage the slow pace of colored pencils is to break your work into smaller sections. Instead of trying to finish the entire piece in one sitting, focus on just one area, whether it's a background, a small detail, or one part of the subject. This way you see progress more frequently, even though the overall project might take longer. Another way to stay motivated is by thinking about colored pencils as a tool for honing your skills. Because the medium requires precision and control, every piece you work on helps you improve your attention to detail, shading, and color blending. Colored pencils can be really demanding on your hand and wrist. Taking regular breaks is essential, both to avoid burnout and to give yourself a fresh perspective when you return. Sometimes stepping back allows you to come back with a clearer vision of where to go next. If you're comparing your progress to faster mediums like digital art or paint, it's easy to get frustrated. But remember that every medium has its own strengths. With colored pencils, you have the chance to create detailed, precise work that other mediums usually can't replicate. So why stick with colored pencils despite this slow process? For me, it's all about the unique results they offer. The level of control and the ability to build up colors layer by layer creates a depth and richness that you just can't get with other mediums. It's a methodical, deliberate process, but it allows for precision and texture that feels rewarding when you finally see the finished piece. And let's be honest, there's something really satisfying about watching a piece come to life slowly over time. The longer it takes, the more invested you become, and that makes the final result all the more rewarding. For this floral portrait, I really took my time building up the colors with pencils, layer by layer. The paper is smooth and works wonderfully with the pencils, making the process feel effortless. I wanted a soft pastel color palette for this piece, keeping everything light and delicate. In some areas of the face, I added touches of bluish and muted green tones to give the skin more depth and create a more intriguing effect. If you've been hesitant to try colored pencils or if you found yourself frustrated by their slow pace, I hope this video gives you some insight why they worth the effort. Yes, they take time, but that time is what allows you to create work that's detailed, thoughtful, and truly your own. So don't shy away from colored pencils just because they're slow. Embrace the challenge, focus on what makes them special, and you might just find that the process is more enjoyable than you thought. I think part of what makes colored pencils such a beautiful medium is also what makes them challenging. Their precision and the time commitment. Each stroke adds something to the piece, but because they are translucent, it's not just about one layer. You have to slowly build the color up, blending and layering to create the final effect. It's not instant gratification, and that's both the beauty and the frustration of it. In an age where everything seems fast, colored pencils feel almost like an old-fashioned method. It takes hours, sometimes days, months to complete a single piece. Many artists give up on colored pencils early because the results don't come as quickly as with other mediums. And let's be honest, we all want to see fast progress. It's motivating. But here's the thing, once you embrace the slowness, you begin to find something else in the process. It becomes meditative. There's a certain peace in slowing down, in focusing on small details and watching your piece come to life over time. So, if you're struggling with the slow pace of colored pencils, I've got a few tips that have helped me stay patient and motivated. The slowness of colored pencils isn't just a challenge, it can actually make you a better artist. By taking your time, you develop a deeper understanding of color theory, shading, and texture. You learn patience, attention to detail, and how to really study your subject. In a way, the slow process forces you to become more mindful of your choices and more intentional with every stroke. So, if you're someone who's been struggling with the slow nature of colored pencils, I encourage you to stick with it. Embrace the journey, enjoy the process, and know that the time and effort you're putting in will pay off in the end. Remember that art isn't about rushing to the finish line, it's all about the experience. So take your time, enjoy the little moments, and trust that every stroke is bringing you closer to something beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out my Patreon page, and bye bye!